So this is going to be a figure 4 locking and flow drill. So this teaches you both the figure 4 lock and also how to get out of it as we're moving through the drill. From this position here, we're going to just hook into lung 5, which is just on the corner of the elbow here. We're going to wrap the arm over and we're going to create this figure 4 here. Now there's lots of different ways of doing figure 4 depending on where you want to apply the pressure. You can apply it to the elbow and rotate into the shoulder. You can apply it to the wrist and then move your body position. But every single time that you do it, it's going to contort the body, and you can use it for takedowns, you can use it to break the arm or whatever it is that you need to do. First of all, practice the lock and make sure that you can get it on. So from here, as you lock it in, you should see his body start to twist and move over to the side. That means that the tendons are taking up all the slack and all of that pressure is coming down through his body. So from this position here, if I push the elbow through, eventually that's going to cause a lot of damage up in the shoulder joint. For the drill, what's going to happen is we're just going to punch across here. We're going to take it into the elbow lock. Now it's at this point that he bumps my elbow across, and this is your defense. So if you can support your arm before it gets in, that means that I'm now compromised and I can't use my strength to overpower his arm in that position. You can't do lock defense if the lock's already on, because once the lock's already on, there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to try and figure your way out or hope that you don't get your arm broken in the process. So from here, if I actually get into the lock, if he pushes my elbow now, it just makes it worse for him. And that goes for every single lock that we do, whether it's a wrist lock or anything else. If I get to the point where it's biting, he can't really do a lot to get out of it from that position apart from just to hit me back and hope that I let go. The only way you're going to counter a lock is if you do it in the process of it being applied. If it's already applied and it's on, you've got very, very little chance of getting out of it. So to start this drill, we're going to go from a punch. Michael's going to throw that punch. I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to throw my shot across. So as I throw it, he's just going to check to the outside. Now I can still operate from this position. I can drop my elbow in. I'm going to wrap my arm around, grab hold of my own forearm, and then as I start to move, before I get a good connection to my own arm, he's going to bump my elbow across and push over, which is going to compromise my position. Now I'm going to release the lock with my left hand, and it comes out and underneath, and it grabs hold of his other arm. I'm going to pull across, and I'm going to strike back with either a back fist or a chop. So I now pull the arm across, I release the lower arm, and I punch across the top. He picks it up again, and I go into the same movement. So we just rep this out. He's going to release, he's going to bump it across. I pick it up from underneath, and I chop back it in. Okay, so from here is where we can start to switch. I punch, he picks up, I wrap it across, and he bumps it across this way. I chop in or use my hammer fist, and it's just a cycle drill. And if you notice it throughout the whole drill, I'm continually attacking and Michael's always defending. If we wanted to have it as a two-person kind of alternating drill, what's going to happen is from here, as I punch across and we lead all the way through, he's going to bump my elbow and I pull and I chop here. Now what happens from here, Michael can pull my arm and then circle his arm out. I have to let go, otherwise I trap myself. So I release and he punches across towards my face. I'm going to pick that shot up. Now he's going to wrap my arm, and before he gets it to lock in and get to that biting point, I'm going to shift my position. I'm going to bump his elbow over. He's going to reach underneath. He's going to grab hold of my arm and pull it across. That's it. And then feed that back fist in towards my face, here. We reverse this drill. He's going to grab from the top and he can keep repeating.
Okay.
Punch, I pick up here. He then wraps my arm again. So he's now cycling on the attack. I'm bumping the elbow across. He reaches underneath, clears my arm. That's it. Chops in. You can keep rolling the cycle until you let the other person take control. Once the other person takes control, you then sit back and then you do it yourself. You can try the components of it first, make sure that you can actually apply the figure 4 lock, and then from there you can start to put it into a drill and have it as part of the other flow drills. So you can even go from a nice simple one. So as I check down, if we're taking it from the first entry, I can check, and then I'm going to reach under, and I'm going to chop in towards him. Now I can pull it and we can go into that figure 4 drill. So the nice thing about having these trapping drills is that they're interchangeable. So you just need to find the point in which you can transition from one to the other. So you take all of the drills that we've done up to so far and see if you can make them work with each other.